So I think we are live. Okay, Shankar, thank you for coming on time.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Anytime, you are most welcome. And I hope the others also will join in soon. So the format is as such because we won't be able to accommodate all together. So
Okay, sir.
today will be student centric. So once you have discussed, some the others who have joined will be there in the waiting room, and I will discuss with them one at a time or two at a time.
Okay, sir.
So now those who wish to join in some point of time during the conversation, which will be till 9 o'clock or little bit extended, depending on the quality of discussion. So they can go to my profile where I have updated today's talk, and just below there is a comment, and inside the comment you will get the link through which you can join in. It's very easy process. You can join in, and we can discuss with you as well. So our main aim is to like discuss. So we just now we have Shirshendu has joined. So yeah, so I
Yes.
see Shirshendu joined. Suraj has joined. Okay, Suraj has joined. So I can accommodate two more. So let me introduce all of you. You can just introduce yourself, and Shankha, Shirshendu, and Suraj are there. So we'll start the discussion, and if anybody in between wants to join in, you just have to go to my profile, and there is a link, and in the link you have to just to click the link, and okay. Okay, so there is a link. You just have to click the link and get into the discussion. So I may not take you immediately, but once I am done with this slot, I'll keep on rolling with the participants. Okay. So Suraj,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Clearly.
Shirshendu, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Shankho, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Positively.
Wow, very good. So it's fun today. So what I'll do is, so since you know that coronavirus thing, there is lots of discussion, debate, and lots of what to say, what theory they say, conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy
Okay.
theory.
So conspiracy theory, the origin of coronavirus, and I was just looking into the genome before I started this discussion, and I there are lots and lots of genome from different bodies they have given in the database. So I saw the first 100 because the database just got hang, and I saw the first 100. So in within first 100 I saw a 97.7% of divergence, like only 0.03% of divergence. So the highest difference was point 0.3. So then there is the concept that there are two strains maybe circulating. So what I'll do is, because Shankho has joined us the first, so we'll start the discussion with him, and try to get an idea of what do you think about this whole thing.
Well, so what I think might be wrong because
Doesn't
I
matter.
I haven't gone through the proper research work, but a virus jumping into humans so easily is not easily reported, and the potency of it, the way it's getting transmitted from one person to another, is
Hmm.
very potential, and
Hmm.
none other virus till now have we have seen that had this potential.
Ah.
What I feel like, there must be something that either was tuned in this way, like somebody found that this strain can do this, or this strain can multiply itself in this way, or maybe that it was a natural process that this strain just got separated from others and developed itself.
So I'll go very quickly to Shirshendu and ask his opinion before we go in detail. So what do you think, Shirshendu?
Sir,
Oh,
I don't know much
sorry,
about the.
sorry. I just
Yeah.
made a very elementary mistake.
Okay.
Shirshendu, just introduce yourself with your background.
Okay. So I'm a student from astrophysics background, but yeah, I am working in the field of solid waste management. Yeah, that's all
And
about my.
how this is great. And Shankha Misra, tell me a little bit about you.
I'm a final year BCA student. I have been photographing wild animals for the last 2 or 3 years.
So did you photograph coronavirus?
No, sir, I haven't got the chance yet.
Okay. Suraj, tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm Suraj Chauhan. I'm doing PhD in University of Hyderabad in biotechnology, life sciences.
Okay. So I see Titir has joined us. So we can take Titir as well in. But Titir is turning upside down. Titir is shaking. Maybe she is having some fever. Acha, Titir, tell me a little bit about. We were
Yes,
in
sir.
between the discussion. So tell me a little bit about your background before we start the discussion.
Okay, so I am a master degree student in environmental biology and wildlife science from Cotton
Huh.
University.
Okay. So
And I have been working with wildlife for a few years now.
okay. So have you ever seen a coronavirus?
No, I haven't.
So you are telling a lie because you see lots of photographs. They are there. That is what you actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'll come to Shoshank. We were discussing because yeah, it's beautiful. I can see what. So so anyway, so Shoshank, Shishendu, tell me
Yes.
little bit about what is because we are discussing. What do you think about the whole thing?
Um, what I know a little bit about this thing is that it's a zoonotic disease. So definitely, it has come with some kind of interface from the wildlife, and it's traced back to the like wild, I think, wet markets of Wuhan.
Hmm.
So I think, of course, as Shankar already mentioned, it's not something that has been made up, as some conspiracy theories are being told that it's deliberately being done or something, this and that. So I don't believe in that. But yeah, it's very strange that only like kind of it's spreading through the humans. So and many people are taking it as a positive thing for the environment. But yeah, I have been reading a bit about it, that how even it's going to harm the environment in the long run too, just because we are seeing certain things right now that things are getting greener or cleaner, that may be a very short term way of seeing the thing, the effect of COVID-19.
So Shikshendu, keep this point in mind that once I come back to you, we will discuss in long run how it is going to affect environment.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
So,
so
sir, can I add something to it?
you will be given chance as we roll on because
Okay.
so otherwise there will be a chaos. So what I do is, as you were discussing, so we'll just come to Titir and come back to Suraj then. So Titir, tell me.
Sir, about the history, I think COVID-19 has been there since 2003, as per the history. So, in 2003, in China, for the first time, it was the SARS virus, SARS-CoV virus, which was like, which is the severe acute respiratory syndrome. And then again in 2012, it reoccurred in South Arabian countries, and it was a MERS virus. So I think COVID-19 is definitely not something new. It has been there and it has reoccurred as a consequence of natural selection and natural evolution. So
So
I don't think it's human induced or something.
So I'll just intervene a bit. The one that you are dealing with or we are discussing, COVID-19 is something new, of course, but the COVID that SARS coronavirus was there, and then there is that one you are talking about, Mars coronavirus, and this is again the SARS coronavirus part two, like a film, part one and part two. But I have just seen their genetic distance, and I will show you in the sharing the screen. It is a very good paper of isolation and how they are different from. And they have also put into account all the other coronavirus which have not yet infected human, but they are in bats and other animals, and how they are related to each other. I'll come to that. Now I'll go a little bit to Suraj, and Suraj will need to tell me about his Hyderabad University's achievement first. That their lab, what is they are going to do.
Yeah, recently, as per the discussion with the Dean and Life Sciences and the Ministry of Telangana, they have decided that few of the PhD students will be now trained, and they will be doing the testing for COVID-19 patients, the samples coming directly from the COVID-19 patients, and about 500 to 600 tests that can be done in a single day.
In
So
a single
currently,
day?
in a single day. So
Okay.
currently there are about, as per my information, there are 7 students which have been selected, and they'll be sent to CCMB, another institute in Hyderabad, for training, and then they will be working in CDFT, the CSI institute, where they'll be directly testing the samples and getting the results.
So that is great. So very basically that we are discussing now that what is your theory on the whole thing?
So I think, because when it started, all the things, it's very compelling. The story is very compelling that this coronavirus started from a man-made, or it was released into the human community from a lab nearby Wuhan. So it's very compelling, and I have also read many conspiracy theories. It's very compelling, but when I searched for it, when I started digging up more and more research works done in the last month, about 5 or 6 papers that suggested this is not a man-made virus, because it needs to be taken from a backbone of some pre-existing viruses. So as per now, till now, we don't have any viruses which has shares very what do you say, unique characteristic like this coronavirus 2. So this was further supported by many experiments, which I'll be discussing in further
Okay.
discussion.
So right now Aditya has joined us. So Aditya, before we start, and Brishti Sonowal, before I start with Aditya, I just need to talk to Brishti. And somebody has opened the laptop, and I can hear my voice back. Can you put the earphone? Okay, that was Aditya. He went out. So Aditya will again be joining. So Brishti, if you are there, can you please join? Brishti, there is in my comment, because you are important, that you had a very valid point, and I want to discuss with you a bit about the point that you have raised. So the link is, go to my comment, go to my post, and in the post just below it there is the comment. You just have to click it and enter. So Brishti has entered. I'll take Aditya later, because we have okay. So Brishti joined us, and Brishti has a very good point that I need to talk to you all. And I'll not keep Brishti for a very long time, but we'll keep because we will be swapping. And those who really want to join us in this discussion, because we will be swapping the participants so that we can accommodate more and discuss more. So in between, whenever, this is not the consistent panel, this will be swapping. So first of all, that we were there, Suraj already told, and I'll go back to Brishti. And Brishti, can you just introduce yourself a bit? You can't hear me? Hello, Brishti, you just disconnect and connect again, okay? Okay. In the meantime, I will take Aditya in. Or see, anyway, we'll carry on with the discussion and take. So, Suraj, we already discussed, and I'll go back to Shankar. And Shankar, what do you think that by when the whole thing will get over, and what is your opinion, and how difficult it was these days, and what is the message from you to others?
So the scientists are working on it. They are working day and night, as we know, and it's just a matter of time when they can find a cure or a vaccine or anything that can heal humans up from this virus. And nowadays, it has been tough for everyone. We are locked indoors rather than going out in the field. We are staying and watching wildlife from our windows and staying home to keep ourselves protected. I hope that within 1 or 2 upcoming months, maybe we might get the cure and we might be able to heal people up who are getting affected with this virus. Let's hope for the best, sir.
Okay, so Aditya, since he has joined us, Aditya, can you give me a brief details about you and carry on? What is your opinion about this COVID-19? So, since Aditya's feeds were not good, Brishti just joined in. Brishti, can you hear me? Brishti?
Okay, I'll put forward the question.
Okay,
I'm an
I
autoimmune
can hear you.
patient
Huh.
who is in ACQS for like 5 years now. So I've been hearing that the ACQS in the market will be in shortage. Is that true? I just want to know. After
Okay,
Trump like told Modi to supply
I got your
medicine
question.
in the this
I
market, there will be in India for
okay. I
ACE
go.
has been treated, will be used to treat malaria and all.
Okay, I got your question. So, what is Brishti telling? Aditya, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me, but you are sounding like some demon with your mic. Uh, yeah, you have this all the Bhojpuri song. They have a metallic sound to the song. You have that metallic sound. He went away anyway. So his the problem is in this one. So Brishti has the question, and I can understand the question of Brishti, and I'll discuss this question. She has a very valid question. She was talking whatever I understood, that some autoimmune disorder, and one of the autoimmune disorder is lupus, where
Yes, sir.
hydroxychloroquine is used. So the question that she has is like, if hydroxychloroquine is like now everyone wants hydroxychloroquine. So the one with the old ailment that they are suffering with, now it is a shortage for them regarding hydroxychloroquine. And what should we do? So very briefly, so if you have anyone, you can raise your hand if you have any idea regarding hydroxychloroquine, and we can if you don't have, then I'll give you a brief idea. Aditya meanwhile joined us. So Aditya, can you speak out again? Aditya is in Nirvana. Aditya, I can see you frame by frame.
So he has went into slow motion.
Acha, that is the metallic sound I was talking. Anyway, Aditya, I have to leave you because yeah, your network is very bad. I'm sorry. Very, very bad. It's like I see you frame by frame and you are still smiling. Smiling has paused. Uh-huh. I cannot hear anything. So I'll just remove you. So yeah, we can carry on because Aditya, I think he may change something or his network. So hydroxychloroquine, will come back to that topic. what happens to hydroxychloroquine, and I was reading through it. So hydroxychloroquine, how it impacts COVID-19 and what is the impact is that hydroxychloroquine is in lupus and all. Actually, quinine, all of you have heard about quinine, right? So quinine is something which was extracted from bark of cinchona plant, and then in World War II there was a huge demand of quinine, and because it was naturally produced, so they were not able to put out as much required. So as an alternative, they have created this chloroquine. But later, in I think in 70s, that chloroquine was upgraded, and they had this hydroxychloroquine. So hydroxychloroquine has a basic property. So what it happens is that it enters into the cell and provides a basic component. But the viruses and bacteria are more into acidic medium. They love that. So once they have this basic infrastructure inside the cell, so there is some damage control. But this is not the most important thing. The most important thing regarding hydroxychloroquine is it acts as an immunosuppressant. So for autoimmune disorder, the main problem is your body system is targeting your own cell because hyperactive immune system. So in those patients, you have to make your immune system sleep a bit. So put it to rest. So hydroxychloroquine acts in that form. So in many cases, Aditya says, "I am here." Yes, Aditya, I can see you there. So Titir can join back again. So hydroxychloroquine, what happens is that once the patient is sometime what happens, the immune reaction, many of the SARS and even the swine flu, swine flu have a pattern where old and young were not dying. The patient who were dying were like very fit people. So because of that, actually overcompensatory immune response. Actually, immune response was that is known as cytokine storm. So their body were responding so fast that because of the response of immune system, people are dying. Their lungs produces so much mucus that is not required, and it was something like it's drawn inside it. Now the question is that, so this person, they are not dying because of the virus, but they are dying because of their own body's mechanism, and hydroxychloroquine reduces that body's vigor or immune system. But the problem is the person who are already immunosuppressant. In this case, you see in COVID-19, the target group are old people who have already immunosuppressant. So I don't know how much hydroxychloroquine is to be effective. And there are some alternative news going on around, like from the main goal. Always the political parties and media has a notion, which are the media ruled by political parties. They have a tendency to shift your focus. Hydroxychloroquine can maybe a bait or maybe a scapegoat. And Brishti says, why is it banned in USA but readily available? Brishti, USA has asked for a huge supply of hydroxychloroquine from India. So as of now, I don't think if they are procuring it from India, I don't think they will ban after taking. What will they do? So I'll go back to Shishendu, and I wanted to ask you that you were discussing that the point was like how nature in long term is going to be a sufferer.
Yes, sir. So am I audible with this?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Okay. So basically, along with this COVID-19 thing, it will be followed by a long a time of recession and all that. So I think I should say that post COVID-19, when lockdown will be over, the government will be putting a lot of money to get back the development in its phase which it was before, and for that all the environmental laws and all that were present before, so those will be relaxed to accelerate the so-called development. So if we see the long-term way, so I think this will actually this will have a more bad impact if we see in a, like, for a 2-year term, if we see as a whole. Now we can see the pollution is reducing or something, this and that, but as a whole it's going to have a negative impact. It's not what I am thinking, it's something that I have been reading about for the last 2-3 days about people, some climate scientists, they are writing about it, that as an overall negative impact of COVID-19, mainly because of the developmental schemes that the government will be coming out once the lockdown is over.
Okay, so this is a brilliant point that we see. That's why we are discussing, because this thing was not in my mind, and because whatever the government has lost in these few days of total complete closure, they have to catch up with that, and they will boost. Now they will put nitro boost in their developing machineries, and yeah. So I'll come to Suraj with that question that we were discussing, like. What was the point, Suraj? I wanted to discuss with you.
The question was whether it is a man-made or it's naturally selected.
Naturally selected. And Titir, like you told me, you told me that about little bit about a background regarding Mars and yeah. So once this virus, because as a student of environmental science, you have a basic knowledge on this thing. So before COVID-19, what was your idea regarding viruses and how that has changed during this COVID-19 phase?
About the viruses, I think the viruses we read about were comparatively lighter than what COVID-19 basically is. What makes it more difficult to deal with this virus is about its outer structure, which is the spikes, and plus its weight. It's much heavier than the other viruses, so it is very difficult to deal with. It is a kind of virus that's modifying after a certain period of time. Like the virus that was found first time in Wuhan is not the similar kind of virus that is found now in India. So it is in a continuous process of evolution, and it's modifying. So that doesn't generally happen in viruses in such a short period of time. It might happen over a long period of evolution, but for this virus, I think it has a very fast rate of modification. So this makes it different, plus the outer cover, which is known as the RBD, the receptor binding domain, which binds to the inner cells or domains of the human cell. So I think in that way it's different from the other viruses.
So the binding, the receptor, this is the classical structure of coronavirus, because all the coronavirus will have this. This is because the crown, the corona means crown, and because of this receptor sites, they look like a crown. That is why they have the name coronavirus. But I just wanted to add a bit to your discussion, and I just noted down as you were talking. What makes this coronavirus, what makes this virus lethal than others? There are few important points that I want to share with you, and maybe you can elaborate it in detail. First of all, we do not have any immunity to the virus. That's a big problem, that we do not have any immunity. For influenza, influenza some immunity. Most of us are, or our ancestors were infected by influenza. So we have some sort of immunity against influenza, but not. So it is like a wildfire without a barrier. Once it enters, it will just burn everything. I can hear myself back. So the next one is R naught value. R naught value says that a virus, one infected person can spread the virus to how many infected person? So for like influenza, it's something like one. One person can spread to one. Then here it is almost like more than 3. So once you are taking, apparently it sounds so small, because 1 to 1 and 1 to 3, just 2. But if you can take the cycle 1 to 2, if you can just take 10 cycles, you can understand 1 to 1, like this, and then 1, 2, 3. So there is a huge difference you will come up with. And thirdly, the 14-day incubation period is a great problem, because for other viruses like influenza, if you have a 6-day or something like that, or 3 to 6 day, so after you are catching the virus, you are getting ill quite fast and not spreading as much as you know as much as this virus. So till 14 days, the person becoming asymptomatic is spreading the virus. So I think these are the three factors which makes the virus lethal. And of course, you can I can come to Suraj and ask him a bit, because he is doing particularly research in something related to this, not virus but biotechnology. So can you give me some brief idea on what do you think?
Yeah, I think this virus is not lethal, as you are saying, not very lethal, because the mortality rate is below 4%, I think. It's varying in different countries. I think the main problem is how transmissible this virus is, how fast it is transmitting to the different persons. So
I'll just interrupt you for a second, and I'll
yeah,
tell you one thing that we have already discussed over phone, that they say 4%, and Anirban came up with a very good point. Anirban came and he said that like 4%. How are you judging 4% total number by the death rate, right? But
yeah,
out of the total number, most of people are still recovering and their fate is not known.
yes,
So actually, we should be doing the ratio based on the number of people recovered by the number of people dead. So that is actually 25%.
yeah, you are right. But on the basis of statistics, you are saying this one. On the basis of logic, if you are going to say that it should be done on the basis of recovered person to a diseased person, then it will be a case of how deadly this virus is, not
Okay.
the mortality rate.
Okay.
If you're talking in a statistics manner, then you have to take the total number of infected and then calculate according to the disease person. That will be the statistic. But if you talk about, yeah,
but
tell me.
fate of many of those who are already in the hospital, we don't know.
Yeah, sure. That is there. But if you have to follow the curve, how much is the rate of your infected person per day? After 14 days, how much will be the death?
Okay.
If you're going dynamically, if you're not waiting till the end of the pandemic end, then you have to go dynamically. Like today, you have 1,000 persons who are infected. So take 14 days or 20 days and check the death rate on that day. So you'll get a ratio of how much the infected person and how much will be the diseased person on that day. So this 14 days or 20 days will represent the person who are infected today.
Okay, correct, true. Now I get your point. So that is a very valid point. I'll go to Shanko and ask him, like he's as he said that he is doing photography and all for last 2 years. Tell me how the coronavirus pandemic have directly impacted you.
So first of all, it has confined me to my home, which is usually not my place to be in daytime and during the evening times. I usually wander out. Now, sir, I wanted to say something. Before a year or two ago, I went to a veterinary shop. I found their Corona Alpha was a vaccine. It was given to the dogs.
Correct.
Coronavirus has been in the wildlife since a long time.
So it's a common virus, yes.
It's a common virus, and the evolution was about to happen. Because everything is getting has an evolution.
Okay.
Now, maybe just because of the jump to humans and at today, the interaction between human and wildlife is at a much higher place.
Correct.
If the coronavirus spreads to the wildlife,
correct,
it's going to be a huge effect to the people who are working out on the field researching with wildlife samples.
Correct.
It's not possible for everyone to wear a PPE and wander out in the jungle to collect 5 or 6 frog specimens or one snake specimen.
Correct.
So it's going to affect the wildlife photography if it's going to enter the wild. This
Correct.
particular strain of the virus.
Correct.
And one more thing that I felt, like if this virus gets spread in this way, migration of birds will spread it in a huge way during the winters.
Correct. So,
Like-
yes, valid point. So,
Like
in
if
between,
it spreads in Russia during the
Ah.
winter migration of birds, the birds will bring that virus again from Russia to India.
Hmm.
And in India, people are more used to using those water body as a daily source,
Huh.
and it can affect them again.
So what I think is this point has some loopholes because viruses, the viruses are very much host specific, and I don't think that birds would be like birds can bring some other virus, but I am skeptic that they will bring this particular strain or this COVID-19 or CoV SARS-CoV-2. And in between, I have this phylogenetic or a cladogram showing where does this new virus strain stands. So I'll just zoom in a bit and for you to see. So if you can see here, can you see the window?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll try to show you something. Like if you see at the very top, there is Beta CoV 2019-2020. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
The red one. That is the one newly isolated. Okay.
Yeah.
So the interesting point is, I'll just try to zoom it so that you can see. So interesting point is just below that. I'll just read through. The second line is bat virus. Next is bat virus. Next is bat, and then comes civet. Then comes civet, and then this one, the purple. I think purple color. You see, that is SARS coronavirus. That is one. And then you see there are a lot of intermediate hosts of between SARS first and SARS 2. These two, there are bats and civets viruses are there. Can you see the phylogenetic tree? It already tells you that there are. I'll just try to zoom it. I'll zoom it. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Can you see better? Bigger?
No.
No, I can see the same size.
No. I think you can zoom it in your own screens.
Okay, I cannot see.
You can zoom it in your own screens here.
Okay, you cannot see, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so see the between the what I am trying to say. I'll just close this and come back to you. So what I'm trying to say is between this SARS-1 and this SARS-2, there are intermediate viruses of coronaviruses of bat and civet. So there is that bat and civet relationship there. So Shishendu, since we were discussing, and in between, I'll just tell you, all of you, that if you are interested to join this conversation and if you feel like we are having a nice time, so we can always accommodate you, and we still have one space, and if there are more, we can accommodate obviously few of you, and that will be a cycle. So Shishendu, tell me, you are talking about you have done a lot of work in plastic pollution and all. So what do you think this ban, and then I'll come to Titir with some, if you have some interesting facts and figures, you get ready to answer. And Shishendu, so do you think that plastic pollution, because of this ban, after the ban opens, there will be more plastic pollution, or the pollution will be lesser than normal?
As of now, because of there will be a lot of medical waste for sure. I think that's not being handled quite properly, at least in India as of now. And because of that, there is a chance of this virus still being spread through those kind of gloves and clothes. It should be actually incinerated properly after the use. And as I know, few of my friends who are working in villages and interior areas around India with the patients, they do not have that facility even now to
So tell me,
incinerate.
Shishendu, tell me, you told a very interesting. So your friends are working with COVID patients, right?
Yeah, I know few.
So can we join? Are they available sometime tomorrow or maybe? So it's really great, or anytime. We really want to talk to them.
So actually, both of them, as I'm talking, both of them have very bad network in their areas. One is in Uttarakhand hilly areas.
Okay.
So, and the other I do not know, but in the village for sure. They are basically social workers from public health department.
Okay.
So right now they went there for some other work, but they are now stuck over there for the lockdown, and they have voluntarily joined the as medical staff, like health workers working with the doctors over there.
So
So,
these
but
are
yeah, mobile network is a huge problem over there. So I don't know how much they can connect.
correct. So I'll come to this was good, and you said that plastic pollution after this open, mainly the medical waste will be a problem, right?
Yeah, during COVID-19. Otherwise, after that, I don't see a very huge difference in the way plastic was being used, because I don't see any direct relation of this disease with use of plastic. So, but just the amount of waste that is being created right now, that will be a worry, of course.
So, because I'm telling you, like, I think my perspective is a little bit waste generation in this period of time will be little less, as I presume, because first of all, there was no availability of plastic wrapped food for a long period of time. Like,
Yes.
I ate this today, I ate the second bread of this whole lockdown. So, since I was eating every day, we had one bread at least. So, one bread comes with one plastic wrapper.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so these things have maybe reduced a bit. And Titir, I want to come to you and ask you, like we have been doing lots of cross contamination. Have you heard the term?
Yes, sir.
So cross contamination is a term which says that when you are not directly involved with the person, but
Yeah.
through maybe the person has hold a
Yes,
pen,
yes.
and then
Yeah.
you are holding that pen, and that is how the cross contamination occurs. So in my house, what I am doing is, and Suraj can also, Suraj is in village, so he is safe almost.
Yeah.
So what we are doing basically is whatever we are bringing from outside, we have a bucket, and we have this
Yeah.
detergent in the bucket, and whatever is possible, almost all the things are possible to put in the bucket, because most of them are coming with plastic cover. And Shishendu, I'll tell you, first time in the life I am feeling the importance of plastic, because
Yes.
many things would not have been feasible in this
Yeah.
point of time if there were no plastics. So
True,
at
true.
certain point of time, plastic is a boon, so a boon as well. So Titir, what type of sanitization program that you are doing at your home to keep things from cross contamination?
Basically, sir, I have locked myself in my room, and the sanitization work is mostly done by my mom. So
And
what she does
you are
is,
doing aram.
yeah, I'm doing Aram. I'm attending lots of seminars and presentations, reading books, doing stuffs, other
Tell,
stuffs.
tell me one book.
Sir,
Tell me name of a book that you read, are reading or read.
yeah, I'm reading a book called The Spell of the Tiger. It's on the Sundarban tigers.
Okay.
It's a very beautiful book. So it's a recommended read for everyone.
Okay.
So the sanitization work in our home is mostly done by my mom. So whenever my dad he brings the stuffs which are available nearby only, so she will put all the vegetables in the bucket and wash it. And whenever some vendors or someone will come to sell the veggies and other stuff, she'll wash the place with water and stuff. So that is the basic sanitization we are doing, and we are washing our hands every now and then. And my mom has come up with a theory that after every 10 minutes, if we drink hot water, it will somehow keep the virus away. And she came up with this thing, and she's making me do it as well.
It's good that she is not asking you to drink alcohol. So water is okay. So because many may think the alcohol will kill the virus. So I'll
Sir,
come to
alcohol is not available right now.
No,
those
it
who
is
are
available here. We are getting alcohol here.
she drinks, yeah. So, So you are like openly saying that it's available, and you are so excited. So anyway, I'll come back to Suraj because I want to take a village aspect, and that we were discussing that how discrimination and false information are circulating in the village areas. Can you give me a one basic idea about
Yeah,
that?
yes. The day I came here,
Okay,
so it was a
I'll just intervene because I have to tell background of Suraj. Suraj came from Hyderabad and he was in quarantine for 14 days, and
19.
19 days, and he traveled during the peak of Corona thing. And so he went to the village and he quarantined, and he was Asha in your yeah, you were officially quarantined. Rather, it's not that like I am in my home quarantining myself. She was officially quarantined for 19 days. Now tell me.
Yeah, so the basic problem in village is they get the news from the people who are surrounded, who are getting together at a shop, or the people who are nearby. So they start making newses because they don't have anything to do nowadays. So not recently, about a week ago, I heard the news that we have been vomiting with
Blood.
bloods. Yeah, vomit blood we are doing. So they don't know that it's not a symptom of a coronavirus, COVID-19, but they started making a rumor, and they started me and my brother that we both are vomiting with blood, and we are having a severe fever in the room, and we are providing false news, false information to ASHA workers that we are okay. So this rumor is spread within 1 or 2 days, because it starts with a nearby grocery shop, because with the materials the people came to buy, he also provide this information to each and every person
Free, of
for
course.
free of cost. So it's not about me. Even my friends who are in West Bengal, people are not. They're calling them and threatening them that you should not. You are hiding information, and you're not telling any others. You deliberately want to spread the virus, and many. This is a very simple thing we are getting. And one of my friend is not allowed to enter his village, so he has to take a help of police to get into his village, because the people, they started making rumors that if they are coming into the village, the whole village will be dying.
Okay, so in between, I just got a recommendation from Lonnie McCaskey, and thank you, Lonnie. This was really great of you. And he recommended a book, and I will just show you the screenshot of the book. And he said that there are lots of information. He said read beautiful. Karbadi pe hachu. Karbadi.
No one knows.
No one knows. Everyone is silent. Acha. So I will share the screen. Chrome tab. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll share. Okay. Can you see? Can you see the book?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
It's a good book.
Have you read it, Titir?
No, I heard about it from a lot of people.
Okay, so maybe this book would be a very nice thing after this pandemic ends to bring. And I see it is currently unavailable. Is it that people
Yeah.
have already buying like crazy? So anyway,
Maybe.
so I'll go back to all of you again, and I'll take few questions, and so that I have new parameters to the discussion.
Sir, I had
Joydeep,
a thing to share.
please.
So regarding what Suraj said regarding the village, so one of my friends about whom I mentioned, working in the Uttarakhand area, she informed me that there a kind of information was spread that one of the person came and suddenly said one morning that he had seen a dream that if they can from their area in their compound, if they just dig in and take some soil out and do something, they can't get coronavirus. Okay, so she said that once she got the news, and it takes her 3 hours to reach the villages. As she reached the village, every villager already digged it in their compound. by that time of 3 years, and they had officially announced they can't have COVID-19 in the village.
Okay.
She
So,
was telling me that how, because it's her job to provide security, at least medical. So she was saying that how, she was asking me basically that how she could tell people that it is not enough or it is not even related. But people had this strong belief, and she's an outsider, of course. She's from Assam. So why would even people believe in what she has to say?
so I visited and made a small documentary at one point of time, maybe 5 to 6 years back. I want to share. Guwahati was under grip of Koro syndrome. Koro is Japanese. It started somewhere in Japan, where your genitalia is lost. They think your genitalia is lost, and
Yeah.
and I went to one of the small area where it was like huge. So people were so panicky, and the only way to come out of it is to stay inside water this much deep, and then the genitalia will come back. So I saw that in Bhaskar Nagar, just in near Zoo Road, they dug well like this much deep, this much, and filled it with tarpaulin, and then filled it with water. And those who are suffering from, they were like this much of water. Now there was such a hue and cry, like the Mahol. Have you seen Bhul Bhulaiya?
Yes.
The last scene, they were asked to create a Mahol, so that, and that actually impacts your brain. And for a second I started believing that have I lost my genitalia as well. So it's more of a, it's more of your attack in your brain. So once that like hard immunity and hard stupidity, both are same. So you get from one to another and one to another, but hard immunity saves you, hard stupidity kills you. So I will come to another point that I want to see. In this point of time, I believe that is a time of crisis, people should stay together, but there are stupid media and others who are
Yeah.
dividing people in the name of religion, still dividing. So I will take your views one by one and go back to the question. Shankar, tell me, what do you think about this aspect?
So the virus doesn't see any religion. It doesn't see if you are Christian, Hindu, or Muslim. It's gonna affect you if you are a human. If you are from different species, that's different. If they claim that we are not Homo sapiens, we have evolved and we have become some other species, that's different. But other than that, every human can be affected from this. There's no need of mass hysteria, just we have to be safe.
Shishendu.
I think if we believe in this sort of news, we are losing our own logical mindset. So I think we need to, when this, even whatever is coming in media or whatever whoever is saying, I think we need to pause a bit, look whether something is true, and then go about speaking to people. Otherwise, I think we are commenting too fast on things, especially on these things. People forward, share. I think that's a big issue of us.
So I think to stop virus, we can also help by stopping sharing this stupid thing. At least that we can do.
Yeah.
Kiti.
So what I feel, it gets into the genes of the politicians to find opportunities to imply their political agendas. So like whenever they see something very complicated and people are not in good set of mind, they try to imply their agendas and create such a mess, such as the political issue. So this is a total blunder if people even now starts to follow those things, believe in those things. So I believe as an educated generation, we can really try our bit to stop this kind of misinformation and sharing of rumors and stuff.
So the educated generation is only doing all these things because they are
Yeah,
sharing.
yeah. Educated, I mean, by educated, really educated.
Instructed, well instructed.
Yeah.
So
Well instructed.
well instructed. So Suraj, what do you say? Village has a hot spot there. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's I think it's a self-satisfaction that you find someone, some community or something to blame on.
Correct.
So
Very
if they have found that some religious person or a very community is doing this, you'll find a self-satisfaction that we finally we found someone which it is doing. If they are not thinking due to some unfortunate events it has happened, but rather they'll find a blame, a scapegoat, so that they'll feel a little more relaxed, I think.
So I'll just tell one important, taking a leaf from Suraj's comment. I'll tell something. Whenever we have put our finger inside the door hole and the door closed, and it hit my finger, we give gali. Nobody is listening, but that gali gives us a satisfaction. So there was a research that the people who abuse after getting hit are in less pain than who don't. It is a research available. You can find it out. And for Titir, I found that this time politicians are not doing the game. The game are through politicians. The
Yeah.
media is doing the game.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's somehow correlated.
I'm sorry that
I
I
think-
openly say our son of the soil, who should have been our pride or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
Bhushan, is becoming our shame.
True.
Because
Yeah.
the person brings others in news and shouts. It's a shameful activity. And I when he went from Assam, we were like such a pride. We took a pride that finally someone, and he was top 50 influential person. He was there, and look what he has done to himself and most of the news channel. So now we'll go to some of the comments, and Joydeep says, "Fantastic to have you along with a cup of tea." So see, there is a English error, Joydeep. So if you are having a cup of tea and having us, it means you are eating us. So there is a English error. So you see, fantastic to have you along with a cup. Fantastic to have biscuit along with a cup of tea. Okay? So, fantastic to have. So we should be very careful of Joydeep. He is a cannibal. So if I get a chance, I will do that for sure. it is धमकी हो गया रे भाई.
चाय डूबे के जावे.
If I get a chance, I will do it for sure. Okay. Lonnie says, yeah, thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, sir. It's such a wonderful thing. I'll buy that book for sure. Brishti, I hope Brishti said, I'm having a network issue. My question, we tried to answer it. If you have any doubt, please write to me, though I'm not the right person. Shailendra Singh sir says, so nice. So nice that if you come on Monday, it will be even nicer. That okay. Madhurjo says azithromycin is antibiotic, no effect on bacteria, but of course secondary infection it can help. Bharadwaj sir says show is getting better every day. Sir, इसको बेस्ट बनाएंगे आपको बुला के, ऐसे सोच रहे हैं. अच्छा. Then Aditya said almost like a review research paper. I want to share an experience that when I returned back from Guwahati to my home, Mio, I was immediately contacted and was asked to quarantine myself for my travel history. So without any hesitation, I accepted it in Mio Clinic. Everything was normal and taken care of, including food and whatsoever travel they allows us. The next day only I got released with no symptom and well and fit certificate in one day. I would say if anybody has doubt or travel history, they should volunteer. Definitely, that is what the problem all started in Assam. That they did not, a group of people did not voluntarily reveal their travel history. But it doesn't mean some religious community or someone is to be blamed for that. No way it's like that. So it's just those individuals that I condemn. Acha, Joydeep again says, sir, my question is regarding some positive changes due to outbreak. The level of noise pollution after the lockdown is over. Is government going to look into the issue as this effect is long term? So he means basically government want to. So the answer was already given by Shishendu that government will be more aggressive now than they were in a normal circumstances because they have to get the thing back. It's like a average student. सारा साल मत पढ़ो और एग्जाम के आगे एक हफ्ता मतलब रात दिन पढ़ो. अब गवर्नमेंट will be that एग्जाम के आगे वाला.
Not just government, the private mining organizations and other organizations will also be pushing the boundaries to make profits.
So then this is Siddhartha Dotto. Hello, sir. I am watching you live discussion on as a doctor are finding vaccine for COVID-19. Also is a place where a patient is too serious, then doctors are taking blood from person negative converting plasma directly. Okay, so we got the point. Like, see, a vaccine basically, this vaccine is promised between 1 year to 18 months. But in general procedure vaccines, there are vaccines which take ages to make. It's not because of the manufacturing of the vaccine. That manufacturing process will be the one, whatever is required will be there. But the testing process is very long, where you have to wait for the person to show reaction, and that needs a time. If there is a adverse effect because of the vaccine, that needs to, because if you give vaccine to all and everyone, and after 1 year you realize that there is a component which is playing with your system and in an adverse way, so that they have to identify before that. So that is why there is a window period of 1.5 year. And plasma is something which maybe Suraj can a little bit highlight, that many plasma are being taken from the person who have just cleared the disease and are now are disease free.
So basically this virus is a common, it's a flu, we can say. It's fall under the category of flu viruses. So whenever antigen or any virus or bacteria attacks a person, its body's own immune system starts activating. So this immune system means the cells which are acting as an immune system. So the cells which are the front line for immune systems are WBCs. So WBCs, there is a component, the component of blood can be divided into three: the plasma, the liquid part, or the you can say the media, then WBC and the RBC. So these WBC cells contains many different types of cells which helps in fighting against any antigen. So this plasma contains this WBC, and as well as the antibody generated. So antibody is a protein complex which is made by so human's own cells, so too that can fight against the antigen which is coming into the cell. So the person who are recovering from this COVID-19, they must have generated this antibody. So to get that antibody, we need to separate the RBC, and the plasma can be used. Basically, it's not confirmed yet, but people are trying to use it as a treatment or as a testing purpose on another patients. So basically, it's a you can say a direct approach to combat the virus, but the results are not very clear yet.
So thank you all of you that we have done exhausted the time of 1 hour, and we are already in 1 hour. But it was really interesting. I did not realize before I saw the clock that we have passed 1 hour. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you, sir, for having us.
So, can I have just one last question, sir?
You want to have question?
Sir,
Yes, have it.
like I just want to ask like you and anyone, if anyone can answer this. So like this is a disease where it spreads from the animals to us, which is zoonosis. And as it's found in the tiger in New York, it has also spread from the keeper to the tiger, which is anthroponosis. Like that is from humans to animals. So is there a fair possibility of the high rate of transmission as it is seen in humans? The transmission will also be there in animals in the same rate, or even less, or even more?
See, the question is if the animals will be affected or not.
Yeah.
Transmission is not that important aspect. The problem is
Yeah.
there will be many virus inside me right now which are not bothering me. It will just go inside and go in and come out. Doesn't matter. So the virus, if the binding site is very specialized in a cell, so it will bind with a very specialized host. That is what is my knowledge about. So it is a very special host. But if a virus has a binding site which is maybe more than one binding site or something like that, so it can bind to many of the similar homologous parts of the different animals. So since you cannot say that in between the relation between the keeper and tiger, that it mutated within 1 week.
Yeah.
So it has more virulent, like there are, like, if there is a one binding site, like why swine flu was not that dangerous. It all depends on the binding site and how many are there. So if you can shield one, like can it like bind with some other sites, so then the vaccine becomes useless maybe at point of time or some. So this is my very general knowledge. And Mrinal Chaudhary says, since this is an RNA virus, is there possibility that with human also might produce new serotype or subspecies? Of course, there are two groups presently having, but that mutation is very low, because I was talking to you regarding the differences, pairwise differences between the sequences. So I told you the few are 100 and few are 99.7% similar. So it has been told that the China, the one in China and one in Italy are little different from, and then it is also been said that the one in China is what is in America, and Europe has a different serotype. So as it moves on, over a time, so it will very small one or two changes here and there, it will crop up. But as a whole, this will be something to look out for, because then it gives a chance to have itself. It may get more virulent or less virulent. So if it gets more virulent, so what does it means by more virulent? So that it would have more infectious rate. Like in world, the most infectious disease is measles. So measles, I think measles, if I can show you R value, it's almost like 30, more than 30. So 1% infected can infect 30%. So in that ladder, these are nothing. But problem is, if it keeps on transforming itself, like if it goes into tiger, and then in tiger it will take some other approach. So, and from tiger it comes back to human again with some sort of other approach. So that becomes a problem, because the vaccine that is been prepared, as you know, most of you, what is the concept of, is what is the infection in now. But if the virus transform it in tiger and comes to human, it will be something very different that your again immune system cannot recognize, and again the whole process will start. So anyway, so I hope we had a good.
Yeah, sir, I like to add onto your previous comment you have said about virulence and the binding. So this specific COVID, the coronavirus 2 virus has a very specific spike protein that we are seeing on the images of this protein. So this spike protein has an extra 12 means 3 or 4 amino acid extra than other coronaviruses. So this provides a specific site for an enzyme called ferritin. So this ferritin will cleave it cleaves the site on the coronavirus spike protein. So it has been already seen in influenza virus, bird influenza virus, that if the furin is cutting that site on a spike protein, then it becomes a more virulent one, because it can spread to the transmissibility will increase. And the second point is the spike protein specifically binds to a human specific human protein, and the binding is very strong. So these two things, and one more thing is this unique sequences also provides a binding site for other carbohydrate like sugar molecules that inhibits the other enzyme to act on it, or basically you can say that it hides from the immune system. So that is the reason we are not able to find a vaccine or a drug for this current virus. So these three combination provides a unique feature to this virus, and that's why we are unable to stop the transmission, and we are not able to get drug currently.
Very, 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 very well explained, and I really loved it, and it is very informative. So so I just take the small point of Drishti says that in many cases 14 days is not enough. People are showing symptoms after 1 month. So it's of course it's a small group, and when we are doing with a large group, it is generally in within 14 days. That is why government has kept that 14-day quarantine period. And then there are cases where it is said that some people are getting infected again after they recovered and they get infected. So there are certain other issues to be looked into. It's too early to comment on all these things because once they were given a certificate of being negative, that test may be wrong. When they were positive and then they were given that they were negative, so that test may be wrong, and they were all through positive, and then when again they can be, actually they were carrying the same impact of the same virus. It's not recurred to them, but the negative test they had was something like maybe wrong. So there are lots and permutation and combination. As you say, China has already increased the number of deaths. So there are many new things because it's very new. It's just like 4 months now. So there will be many more data coming, and now it is also been discussed that long-term effect of the virus, that many are showing signs which generally in a virus disease people do not show. Virus, either you die or you recover completely, but there are certain group who are showing some organ related problems as a result of the virus. That also needs to be looked into in details. So as a whole, this virus is not good, but one good thing is that we had great time, but because this episode or this discussion would not have been there without this virus. So I'm trying to think of silver lining in this, and you can stay with your family. There is a great thing, though it's a bit boring at this point of time. But
I enjoyed the holidays for the first 7 days. I enjoyed the holidays. I thought it's a good time. I'm having enough sleep, 14, 16 hours of sleep. Now I'm bored of sleeping.
But after 50 year or 100 year, when we will not be there, when National Geography, nowadays you see National Geography Spanish flu, they make programs. After 100 year, when they will make 100, surely they will make it. There will be many series on this. We will be the part of that history. And in recent history, nobody has seen such thing. And I don't think in the coming years also somebody where the world was totally locked. And I feel, as I say, I feel goosebumps here that this is not going to happen again. So we were what to say? We were the one who saw. Yes. So thank you all of you. Maybe sometime around we can have some other discussion. You can give me some ideas of discussion so that we can have more student oriented talk. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Stay back.